There's a system in our body that is almost forgotten. We always talk about the circulatory system, maybe the lungs, the digestive tract, the digestive system. But there is one system that is forgotten. But you must remember there is an endocrine society. It's actually the endocrine system. There is an endocrine international organization composed of 15,000 scientists and doctors. This is how important the endocrine system is. Actually, we use it often. And one part of the endocrine system is very popular. It's the reproductive system, especially among the men and the women. But that's not the only important part of the endocrine system. The endocrine system is a series of glands and parts of the body that connect you, that produce hormones, specific types of hormones for you to function properly. If you think enzymes are important, which I discussed previously, you must consider how more important hormones are. Now, you might be thinking of HRT or hormone replacement therapy. You're intruding into the laws of nature. Let's go back to nature and go through this in a simple way. Let's narrate quickly what are the parts of the endocrine system which are very important. The pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland, the thymus, the reproductive organs, the testes and the uterus, the pancreas. Those, probably not complete, are the most important parts of the system. You have to take care of this. At the age of 60, your hormones are only 20% left compared to somebody 20 years old. When your hormones are down, that's the problem of menopause, right? You can delay and actually remove the symptoms of menopause with one product here that I'm going to discuss a little later on. Are you excited? You can control your body. Aging is not a disease, which you have been told. When you're 40, you have heart disease. When you're 50, you have osteoporosis. This can all be prevented with nutrition and the products of DNA Naturals. Okay, the importance of the endocrine system, which are related to the hormones, the thyroid hormone, the pancreas release insulin, and all these other hormones to make your body function well, and you have to take care of it. What are the signs of a low endocrine system or low hormones? You're irritable. You get hot flashes. You get your menstruation in different times of the month. These are all signs when your hormones are all whacked out. And you can bring this back. Okay? Masyadong moody, maingay na ulo, may clear temper. These are not because of your aging. These are because your hormones are not functioning properly. If they are functioning properly, you can be like a young person again. You could be productive. You can sleep well at night. You have a restful sleep. You don't have mood swings. So, hindi ka emo, hindi ka masyadong depressed, and all these things. It's all about hormones. It's all about hormones. And to take care of that, again, and now we go to the violet color, beautiful, we have spirulina. Now, the difference is similar to spirulina B, C, and R in colors, but the ingredients of spirulina are totally different. Spirulina contains spirulina for one thing, which again, by now, you probably know what spirulina is. It contains all the nutrients your body needs in perfect ratio and proportion, biochelated, readily available, etc., etc. You should know that. If you take spirulina every day, you have a full nutrition. But one of the things the other things that the spirulina contains is a set of exotic plants from Australia, from South America. These plants have been used by the native tribes for centuries. Again, the beauty about the products of DNA Naturals is they bring you back to nature, to bring you back to what the ancients did. If you do the same thing, you will be healthy. You'll be like a warrior, strong. Remember, the Aztecs were living in the middle of the jungle. The mosquitoes were probably as big as my watch. But they never had dengue. They didn't have any miscarriages. Here in America, a first world country, they have the highest rate of miscarriages. Why are people who are eating well miscarrying everybody? Children are dying at stillbirth. The parents are healthy. They're not as healthy as you think. Just because you're eating 3 times a day, just because you can afford to eat out in restaurants, doesn't mean you're going to be healthy. You're going to be healthy if you take the practice of being natural. That I tell you. So, let's go down quickly to the products. The exotic plants, the barks of trees, which have been used by native Indians, native peoples from the South America and from Australia. The first one is Tongkat Ali. Kind of be popular. Tongkat Ali is a plant that, helps the endocrine system. In clinical studies, what's the proof of this? In clinical studies, Tongkat Ali has been proven to bring down the rates of the proliferation of breast cancer cells. Wow! Should be reason for you to take it if you're a woman. I don't advise to take a lot of it. It's part of the system of maintenance system of the natural. You have to be on spirulina every day. This one, once in a while, seriously, you stop for a while. You better get involved and become a member or a volunteer, and you'll find out. Now, Tongkat Ali is very important. The scientific name of that is Eurycoma longifolia. And it has toning, enhancing, and aphrodisiac. Nice word. Aphrodisiac properties. Tongkat Ali. The next exotic plant in spirulina, which is actually used by athletes, is Trivilus terrestris. I know many athletes, customers of mine, who use this, take spirulina before they go to the gym. It's actually sold in supplements in the States. It builds up your stamina and everything. That's why this is part of the stamina package, to keep you strong. No matter what activity you are doing, you are on the ball. You are the man. You are the woman. With spirulina, you're in full strength. All hormones blazing. All hormones balanced. Now, Trivilus terrestris is very important because not only does it help the endocrine system, it helps repair the DNA. Now, I told you about spirulina. Now, there are studies which show that Trivilus terrestris, which is an herb that has been used in China for many, many centuries, and India, produces a lot of testosterone. Now, you will realize that most of these plants seemingly cater to the reproductive organs only. The reproductive organs are there, and you feel it immediately in the reproductive organs. But remember, the endocrine system is a system. Meaning to say, the glands, the pancreas, and all the other, the thymus, the pituitary, they are all connected to each other. So, the science that is working, if it's working well with the reproductive system, it is going straight as well, whether you feel it or not, fixing the other glands of the reproductive system. Clear? That's why you will realize that all these are aphrodisiacs. No, it's not the only thing. Remember, it's not I'm saying that I am promoting promiscuity or anything. If there's no stimulus, you don't need it, you're not going to do it. But the important thing is your glands are working, your reproductive glands are working properly. When your reproductive glands are working properly, all the other glands are in perfect condition. That is your indication. So, it's very clear that these plants are for the reproductive system, not only for the reproductive system. Now, let's go to the next. This yerba mate is also, well, I've discussed in our coffee, it's also in the Brazilian group. Yerba mate is the national drink of Argentina. Now, for a whole country to make something their national drink, it must be important. They don't know about coffee in Argentina. They know about yerba mate. It's a bird, it's a drink, it's a family drink. They drink it in communities, in communes, when they have family gatherings. That's what they drink. And it's very important. It removes cholesterol, brings down your sugar. It makes good. Argentinians are known for their beauty. The Venezuelans are beautiful. They always win this universe. Alright? They're slim and tall. Look at the proof. Don't be swayed by something that doesn't give you evidence. Evidence of whole nations taking it. In Atoke Lake, the whole Japan takes it. In Serapis, it's also in Japan. Look at these products. Oregano is taken in the whole Mediterranean countries. The Greeks don't have heart disease because they have a Mediterranean diet. It's already proven. So what will it take to convince you that these will work in your body? Now, the next one is called a bark. It's catuaba bark. It's a bark from Brazil. It's an herb that has been used by the Tupi Indians for centuries. The Tupi Indians living in the middle of the jungle, no disease, no dengue, no malaria, no miscarriages. What's this? Because they're taking this bark. And it again improves the reproductive hormones. Many people have gotten pregnant, those who wanted to get pregnant with spirulina. I have many testimonies with regards to that. Another plant, another exotic plant in spirulina is the Epimedium extract. Doesn't sound familiar, but you might know it with its other term. It's called horny goat weed. Horny goat weed, okay, horny. So it livens up against the reproductive organs. Again, I have to repeat, when the reproductive organs are functioning properly, all the other parts of the endocrine system are working properly, including your pituitary, your pineal gland. The only reason you think it's just working on the reproductive organs is because this is the physical aspect that is felt physically. The other aspects inside your body are not felt. But you will experience better moods, better sleep, better focus, less distractions, and more efficiency. You'll be standing up in the morning, you'll sprite, no backaches and all these things. You're like becoming young again in a way. Actually for me, I call spirulina the second fountain of youth. The first fountain of youth, of course, being spirulina. But the combination, remember, spirulina enhances anything that's taken with it. All the products I've discussed so far have spirulina. There are no studies on spirulina with other plants. The thing is, spirulina is effective by itself, but when you combine it, and probably even with medicine, it's going to help it, the efficacy. Now, the horny goat weed makes sure that the sperm count is up to par. Remember, a few of our clients, 15 years, wanting to have a child again. So many of them have gotten pregnant and they're very happy. You see, these plants make sure that the human race propagates and lasts for a very long time. Now, another plant which is very important and it's very clear, it affects the brain very much. It's called muirapuama. This muirapuama is used by the Brazilian natives. When somebody gets crazy or starts running amok, they give that person muirapuama and the person calms down. So muirapuama takes care of the endocrine system where the pituitary gland and the pineal gland are balanced, making sure that the person is level-headed. You give this to a person who is depressed, a person who is constantly angry, and that person will calm down. You will see that most of the aspects of aging take with it symptoms as well. But again, I'm showing you that aging is not a disease. The problem is you don't have these solutions. But DLA is bringing these solutions to you, to your doorstep. Become a Spirulina Foundation, Filipina Foundation volunteer, and you're going to help lives, you're going to be happy, you're going to be fulfilled. Health and wellness promised by being with us. So muirapuama there, potency wood, it's called potency wood. You know what a wood is? You know how hard wood is? That's going to be how hard it is also. Well, it's something that you might like. You know, so far I have given you things to take. Sometimes spirulina will not be as palatable as you think. It's just a plant. But this one, you might enjoy it. If you're thinking that taking coffee is bad for you, think again. This is one of the good news. Coffee is good for you. The problem is if you take too much, then you become acidic and all things. But take it in moderation. As in anything else in life, if you do things in moderation, it's not going to affect your body. In fact, it's going to enhance it. Now, there are many, many studies. You might say that Starbucks promoted this and everything. But coffee is a known plant and has been taken for centuries. And the ill effects of coffee are outweighed by the positive effects. Okay? You say coffee might remove minerals from your body, but, it is already proven that it prevents Alzheimer's disease. It prevents Parkinson's. Many old people who take coffee claim that they don't have arthritis, and it is proven also to control sugar. So, coffee is good for you. Too much of it might be bad. But let's say, among all the coffee products in the world, all the brands of coffee in the world, why do I say that DNA Naturals Cafe Latte is the best, and not only in taste? My daughter doesn't take coffee. She tasted this coffee, and she's taking coffee now. It's a different kind of feeling. Coffee is not supposed to make you jittery. Our coffee is made from the only pure Arabica coffee beans. We were choosing between two suppliers. First from Peru, and second one from Indonesia. And Sir and Ma'am Sheila saw how pristine and how pure the coffee beans were from Indonesia. You have to be careful with coffee. Coffee is a very delicate bean. And it's scratched and eaten by mosquitoes and flies easily. And the problem is, for it to be processed, a lot of pesticides used. So, what's the problem with coffee? Your source again. Take the early naturals cafe. You'll be sure that they are from choicest Arabic coffee beans and they have no pesticide. Now, why is the cafe latte also excellent? We also added some ingredients to it. I already talked to you about Tongkat Ali. Now, Tongkat Ali will enhance your sexual drive. Actually, this is part of the stamina because the other ingredients that we put here make sure that you last when you do heavy work. You take a coffee in the morning, you're focused. I take this twice a day. I can't live without the coffee. Some people don't even buy spirulina. They buy the coffee because it also has spirulina. Now you're going to say, you're going to put hot water there. This is going to destroy the spirulina. No. Spirulina lasts in very, very warm temperatures and very cold. In the desert, it's been found in 70 degrees heat, spirulina is still alive. So spirulina works there. What does it also have? It also has chardibugre. Remember chardibugre? In Brazilian look, another product, chardibugre is the cellulite remover. It's the secret of Brazilian sexiness. Alright? You got it? So what's going to happen? You're going to remove cellulite. Your chin's going to be up. You don't need to face it. It's parang papabotox when you're taking these products. Because they're removing excess fluids, excess fats from your body. Beautiful coffee. That's not all. It also has miraquama, which makes sure that when you drink it, when you have to do some work, you are focused and on that work. It helps you. You know why people get sick? It's because of stress. What spirulina and the other products of DNA Naturals promise you is that whenever you have to do something, you're not going to exert so much effort doing it. That's my experience in taking spirulina. That is the experience of people taking cafe latte and the other products of DNA Naturals. Because when you feel the sigh, when you have to do something, for example, in the middle of the night, you have to feed the little child, the baby, and you go like that. With spirulina and other products of DNA Naturals, you just do things that have to be done without much effort. You wake up fresh in the morning, you sleep well at night. These are all the products, these are meant to fix your endocrine system. You got it? Take this cafe latte. Let's go back to nature. What soothes the mind? When you see a beautiful picture, you feel relieved. When you go out to the garden, you see nature and you are relieved. There is peace in your mind. Do you know that you can do the same thing through the sense of smell? When there are beautiful aromas, you know that there's a barbecue going on. Wow, beautiful meat being cooked. Okay, flowers, you can feel it. When the sense of smell is enhanced, There is effectiveness, there is camaraderie, there is oneness with others. There's a feeling of upliftment. There is a hospital in America, and they put essential oils, I don't know what essential oils, in the emergency room. And guess what happened? They got statistics of successful operations, they got statistics of doctors who are getting sick. They saw that the efficiency of people improved with essential oils being circulated in the room through the air conditioner or whatever. That's the power of essential oils. Now, why is this essential oil also important for stamina? Guys, ladies, you also need stamina in the room. That's why we have sensual. What does sensual contain? It contains a certain plant tonics that make sure that the mood is enhanced. Right. You're a guy with a goal. You make sure when you work, you give your best. You give your best to your family. Of course, in the room, you also give your best. And that's what it's for. Some of these plants enrich the thoughts of love and affection. And when there's love and affection between the couple, there is better love making in the room. Alright? So I don't have to go to each and every one, but definitely when the respiratory tract is also functioning well, things are better. Like for example, Grove. Cinnamonium cassia, what does it do? It relieves asthma, relieves abdominal pain, diarrhea, gastrointestinal problems. You think you can make love or sex when you have a stomach ache? I don't think so. When you're always complaining of a backache, you're always complaining of issues. It's not going to be good. Now this makes sure that you are put in the mood through the air. How do you use this? You can use a diffuser. You can use a burner with water and a candle. Light it up. Don't say anything to your spouse. And you see fireworks lighting up in the middle of the night. Okay, let's wrap up this stamina package. Stamina, that's important. Stamina. Stamina is a quality of youth. When you are older, you lack stamina in a lot of things, in everything. You can get that back with these products. You have spirulina and the exotic plants make sure that you're strong, make sure your endocrine system is functioning properly, your reproductive organs, your pancreas. Very important. The pancreas are functioning properly, because if the pancreas aren't functioning properly, you are not releasing the right amount of insulin and you're going to get diabetes. So very, very important. We have had very good results with diabetes with spirulina, because the glands are working very well. Secondly, for stamina as well, coffee, together with the other plants that we have added from South America, Chade Bugre, the best aroma, the best Arabica coffee beans from Indonesia, no pesticide. So think again before you take any coffee, they're not all the same. Not all coffee is made the same. And the last product, sensual, with exotic plants like savory, bergamot mint, Grove, ravensara. Okay, so it's a diuretic, it's a laxative as well. Taken and so it also removes flatulence. You know, you're not going to be in the mood if you have gas in your stomach. Okay, remember that. So when the system, the digestive tract is functioning properly, then you're strong. You're always talking about core, building up the core, the center. When you look at the body of the person, this is the most important part. Not the heart, but the core. When you take care of the core, the whole body is balanced. And you do that with these products. So, have stamina, take spirulina, cafe latte, and sensual serum blend from DNA Naturals.